Hey everybody, welcome to the Health Corner. In today's episode, I'm going to be doing my official 2-week weigh-in. 14 days are done, and it's time to step on that scale and see where we're at. First, we've got a little special guest in the room. That's my buddy Bear back there. Ignore him. He'll probably do something cute and take all the attention from me, but that's okay. But before I step on that scale, I do want to remind everybody that not all gains are on the scale. I said it last week, I'll say it again, and I'll say it going forward. So let's talk a little bit before I step on the scale and see those gains. Let's talk about the gains I've seen in other places. To begin with, generally, I feel pretty good. I've got a little nasty cold I haven't been able to kick. In fact, last week got pretty bad, and I ended up having to go to the doctor. I got a prescription. I have basically have a bad sinus infection, and so I'm on antibiotic, and I'm actually starting to see the antibiotics work. And I do feel significantly better. So as of Sunday was the first day where I really started to feel my full energy come into play. And so I'm starting to feel better. And that's a big piece of this. And I started to get some energy Sunday, and I did quite a few things around the house. My wife and I, we cleaned the kitchen, the living room, swept the floors. We started working on the nursery. I'll show you a picture up here. I don't know on whatever side I can get it on of my little space here. So I've got lights on boxes. The desk is gone. I've got lights on boxes. And by lights, I mean, honestly, I'm talking about lamps. This is not a real sexy setup, but it gets the job done and it lights me up well enough to make these videos. But I've got literally a cat litter box here on the ground that I've got a light propped up on. It's my setup. It's what I've got, so that's what I've got going. But anyway, I took this desk and I was able to finally get it out of this room. It's probably a 35-year-old desk. Excuse me, a 35-year-old desk that weighs probably 200 pounds. I was able to get it out, move it down the hall, get it into the extra bedroom. I measured. I knew it was going to fit. I got it in place, and it fit. But the drawers didn't open because it was too tight. So what we decided we were going to do is we were going to actually convert that extra room into our office extra bedroom. We already have a king-size bed in there because when we replaced our bed, we just took the king-size bed back there for the guest. It's just not going to work with that desk. So the desk is now in the office, and it's unsure where this space that I'm sitting is going to be in the future, but it won't be here because this is the baby's room. So that was one thing. I did quite a bit of work Sunday and never really fatigued. So I felt like that was a real sign of the 28-day clean eating challenge. Just good energy, feeling good, and ultimately just having the energy to get some things done around the house. Now, I still have got some work to do. Oh, there's my dog. I still got some work to do in the outside. I've got to take care of some weeds. I didn't want to get into there with the sinus infection. Maybe next weekend I'll take and attack that, and I'll show you guys my progress there. The other places I'm seeing progress is in my face. So I did just eat dinner, so maybe I'm a little more swollen than I was earlier, but not really. I mean, you can see it in my chin and my jaw and my cheeks, and noticeably you can actually see the bags under my eyes aren't as dark as they were before. They're not as pronounced. The puffiness in my face is gone. So I do feel like those are some areas. Also, my shirt, the one that I'm wearing now, is generally relatively tight. And the gut and the belly is not quite as protrusive. I know you really couldn't see that, but I can just tell that, and my shorts fit better. So basically, clothes fits better. I feel better. I'm seeing differences in my skin and face. So those are the areas where I'm seeing gains outside of the scale. Well, why don't we step on that scale and see where the gains are on the scale. I am officially down 11 pounds. 11 pounds in 14 days. And that is just from changing my diet. Like I mentioned, I've been pretty sick, so I haven't done any exercise. In fact, if anything, I've done less activity than normal. I've pretty much been sitting on my couch playing video games over the last week because I've been kind of so sick. So between work and when I wasn't working, I was either making these videos or playing video games because I've just not really had the energy to do anything because of this pesky cold or this sinus infection. But that changed Sunday, and so things are starting to move in the right direction. But that's 11 pounds in 14 days without any real changes. And I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not starving myself. I'm eating 1,500 calories a day. I've had very little cravings because I've stayed, because I'm eating 5 to 6 meals a day. So I never really have a chance to get hungry where then I can start having cravings. I did have a dream last night about a double-double from In-N-Out. Kind kind of a funny little dream. I was standing in line. There was 2 people in front of me, and they were freaking out because their lunch break was about to end. They didn't know if they'd have enough time to get their burgers, and I was sitting there freaking out like, okay, how am I've got to eat. In fact, it'd been like a long day in my dream, and so I'm like, I've got to do something. So I went to this In-N-Out, and I decided I was going to get a double, but I was going to get it animal style with no cheese. And then I got home, I was all excited to eat it, and there was the wheat bun, the buns were on it, and I couldn't eat it, and I was all upset. But for the most part, that's really the only weird craving I've had. I haven't thought about alcohol. I haven't really been like, oh, I miss drinking. I haven't really thought other than, just a couple small things that I've been missing. And mostly it's been around the gluten, which hopefully when we bring some ingredients back, and I'll start with gluten, that I won't have any reaction to it, and I'll be able to use that going forward. But now that we're in week 3, everything is pretty much the same except for one change. Instead of doing the detox teas, we're doing a 7-day cleanse. So we take one of these packets that are in this box, we put it in 32 ounces of water, and we drink that over 4 to 8 hours. And additionally, we drink a second 32 ounces of water to help with the dehydration. This is a very gentle cleanse, and it helps bring out the heavy metals that are left in my body that the detox tea isn't taking care of. So this will be for the next 7 days. We'll do that, and we'll see some more improvements. Now, I don't know that I'm going to see another 11 pounds in the next 14 days, but I would suspect that I'm going to see another 6 to 7 pounds in total. So I suspect I'm going to end somewhere around 17, 18 pounds, which is well within my goal. I wanted 15. I was hoping for 20, but I knew 20 was a long shot, and I still think it is a long shot, and so we'll see if we get there. Otherwise, things are moving well. I like I said, I'm not really having any cravings. I feel good. My energy's up, and I'm really starting to feel better. So that's where we sit here as we enter week number 3. I've had some good meals this week. I just had a really great surf and turf. It was grass-fed beef, wild-caught shrimp, and we had some quinoa and brown rice with kale, and we had some veggies. And it was actually really great. Last night I had tacos, but instead of taco shells, I had lettuce, which was really good. I missed the tortilla a little bit, but not enough to say, hey, I'm going to go cheat or anything like that. And maybe when I bring some ingredients back, we'll see how that goes. But like I said, all in all, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this channel, to follow me, and to subscribe if you haven't already. This has been a fun journey, and I look forward to the next 14 days. And then we'll see where we go after that. So until next time, make sure you're making smart eating decisions.